Addie, and today we are finishing Chernobyl. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. Today we are watching more Chernobyl, and I have just been blown away by this show so far. After I watched the first 2 episodes, I really wanted to just honestly finish the series. I needed to know what was coming next. It just really hooked me in from the very beginning. These episodes are like a full hour long, so they're definitely long as far as shows go, but I'm so invested in this that it's just going by so quickly. So I'm definitely looking forward to finishing out this series and just finding out what happens next. It's just so well done, and it just makes you so angry and so frustrated, but you just want to just find out what comes next. I don't know. It's so good. My mind is just blown by this show. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching more today. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe for more reaction videos, and let's get into Chernobyl. Yeah, it really ended on a cliffhanger, the last episode. Oh my gosh. I mean, I hope what they're doing works, especially just knowing that it's going to kill them. Ugh.
Is it possible that the water has already killed them?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
If it doesn't work.
Oh, you just don't have an answer to that. Oh gosh. I mean, they're not dead yet. Oh, they made it. I can't remember in that last episode, how long did they say it would take before they die? It wasn't long.
Vasily Ignatenko, he's a firefighter from Chernobyl. I have permission.
Chernobyl? I'm sorry, no visitors.
Oh my gosh, okay. I thought she was just gonna take it and then just not help you.
You can't be here, it's not safe.
I am here to see my husband.
But you can't. You can see him for 30 minutes. Not a minute more.
Thank you, thank
And
you.
you cannot touch him in any way.
Thank you.
You're not pregnant, are you?
No.
Oh, wait, I haven't finished yet.
No, he has it.
Look who the cat dragged in.
What did I tell you?
Just don't touch her. Don't touch her! Don't touch each other! And we're touching. That's the one thing she said to do. Oh, I mean, I understand, but oh, we're a lot of touching is going on. That sucks. I do understand, but it's not safe.
We have visual confirmation that the fire is nearly extinguished.
Good.
What is this? Is this more bad news?
Spike in zirconium-95. It's from the cladding on the fuel rods. The meltdown has begun.
Yeah, you could say that is more bad news. That's terrifying to wake up to.
Get off him! You're hurting him!
Oh gosh!
Can't be in here.
Oh, that's terrifying.
The fire's nearly out.
The bubbler tanks are being drained.
And?
The situation inside the core is deteriorating faster than anticipated. Legasov estimates a 50% chance that the fuel will breach the pad and melt down into the groundwater itself. The primary water supply for approximately 50 million people.
Oh gosh.
We're recommending we install a heat exchanger under the pad, and in order to do that, I'm told that we will need all of the liquid nitrogen in the Soviet Union.
Okay, not asking for much.
I want to know when this will be over.
The half-life of plutonium-239 is 24,000 years, so perhaps we should just say not within our lifetimes.
Oh, there's your answer.
I think you and I should take a walk. We're taking a walk.
What will happen to our boys?
Which boys?
The ones that went in.
Divers, the firefighters, the men in the control room.
The skin blisters, turns red and black.
Yeah, we've seen that.
The patient appears to be recovering. This
man.
usually only lasts for a day or 2. Cellular damage
then?
begins to manifest. The bone marrow dies. The arteries and veins spill open like sieves, to the point where you can't even administer morphine for the pain, which is unimaginable. 3 days to 3 weeks, you're dead. That is what will happen to those boys.
So all of them are going to die.
And what about us?
We've gotten a steady dose, but not as much of it. Consistent enough to damage our DNA. In time, cancer.
Yeah.
Or aplastic anemia. Either way, fatal.
He said what? Within 5 years?
I've seen them before.
Now you know why I wanted to take a walk. You can presume the work site is bugged.
Ooh.
They've been here the whole time.
Of course they've been here the whole time. But if we're seeing them out in the open now, it's because they want us to know.
Oh, they are very obvious.
The fuel is melting faster than we expected.
I know. I have a plan.
Heat exchanger, I hope.
Yes. There's something I've wanted to ask you, comrade, but I see you're already asking yourself the same question.
Why did it explode? Presuming the worst possible conditions in an RBMK reactor. And I always get the same answer. It's not possible.
But it happened.
We need to find out exactly what happened that night. Go now, while they're still alive. Talk to them.
They
Because
might
if we
not be
don't
alive
find
for
out how
long.
this happened, it will happen again.
And we can't have that.
Who's in charge here?
I'm the crew chief.
I need all 100 men to gather their equipment and get on the trucks.
To where?
That's classified.
Oh, you're not even going to tell them.
Start shooting. You haven't got enough bullets for all of us. This is our mine. We don't leave unless we know why.
Yeah, you could at least tell them.
You're going to Chernobyl. The reactor fuel is going to sink into the ground and poison the water from Kiev to the Black Sea. Forever, they say. They want you to stop that from happening.
How are we supposed to do that?
Yeah, that seems like a huge task.
Do you need to know, or have you heard enough?
You're about to die. Oh, okay. Okay, we're going. No shooting involved. Oh, for a second there, I really thought that the guards were going to shoot all of them.
I told you no touching.
They touch you. It's safe for them, it's safe for me.
Where are the others?
They took them to a special room.
You open the curtains.
It sounds... oh, gosh. I mean, it sounds like he's going to die no matter what. No matter what they do to him. How they try to help.
I told you I'd show you Moscow, didn't I?
I don't think she exactly wanted it like this.
I'm not eating that is
I'm not a nurse, Comrade Dyatlov. I'm a nuclear physicist.
Unless you happen to have a butter and caviar sandwich on you. You can get the out of my room.
We need you to answer some questions.
What?
I'm not good at this, Boris. The lying.
Have you ever spent time with miners?
No.
My advice, tell the truth. These men work in the dark. They see everything.
So what's the job?
We need to install a liquid nitrogen heat exchanger underneath this concrete pad.
And what's above the pad?
The core of the nuclear reactor, which is melting down.
And we don't have a lot of time.
Is it gonna fall on top of us?
Not if you're done within 6 weeks. Because we need to keep disruption of the ground above to a minimum, you can't use any heavy machinery. It has to be done by hand.
Oh, that's gonna take so much time.
How deep do you want this tunnel? 6 meters?
12.
Ooh.
12?
For your protection.
We're not 12 meters below ground now.
We're not.
We can start in the morning.
No. We start now. I don't want my men here one more second than they need to be.
Good for you.
If these worked, you'd be wearing them.
Oh, I mean, fair point.
Are they all like that?
They're all like that.
We need them. And hopefully they can get it done in 6 weeks. I mean, that doesn't give them any time. The fact that they have to do all of this by hand. And I assume that all of them will probably die in the next 5 years because of the exposure.
What's up to?
50 degrees.
We need fans.
For what purpose?
They think you're tunnel, that's why. We can't breathe without masks. We can't breathe with the masks. It's like a f***ing oven.
Fans will put dust in the air. The dust will go in your lungs.
I've been breathing dust in my lungs for 20 years.
I mean, they're probably all going to die from this exposure anyway. Oh. We need to talk to you.
I want you to tell me everything that happened on the night of the accident. Your official title was...
I am the senior reactor control chief engineer at Chernobyl nuclear power plant.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
So young. They all have to be in so much pain. I mean, they all look like they're barely alive.
Have you been here this whole time?
No one said I should leave.
30 minutes, I said.
Well, where have you been?
I've been in the north and west wing, where there are dozens of patients from Chernobyl exactly like him. Go home.
I don't want him to die alone.
She knows.
Stay on the other side of the plastic, or I'll have you removed by security.
Are you going to go past the plastic? She's going past the plastic! Oh, gosh. Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad. It was so dark when they were moving him in the hallway.
We're gonna have a baby.
So she is pregnant then, and she lied to the nurse. So she's not only putting her life in danger, also her future baby's life.
The miners are making incredible progress. They say the whole job will be finished in 4 weeks. I know the job isn't over, but it's the beginning of the end.
It is the miners.
What's happening?
They wouldn't give us fans. It's too hot for clothes. So we're digging the old way. This is where our fathers mined. When this is over, will they be looked after?
I don't know.
And he said that they'll die within 5 years, so I imagine it's going to be the same for all of them.
So the power level jumped from 200 to 400 megawatts. Why didn't you initiate an emergency shutdown?
We did.
Leonid, that's not possible.
I saw him do it. That's when it exploded.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess.
Get out. Get out. Get out of here. You let her in that room, inside the plastic, touching him. Did you know she's pregnant?
She didn't.
It's not true.
People are going to hear. Do you understand? Everyone is going to hear.
What is everyone gonna hear?
Pamyat was arrested last night.
Why?
I don't know. I'm working on it.
There is an enormous amount of radioactive debris and contamination spread out across a zone of approximately 2,600 square kilometers. All animals must be presumed contaminated and will have to be destroyed to prevent the spread of radiation and disease.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
We will have to raise entire forests. We will have to rip up the top layer of earth and bury it under itself. We will need to construct a containment structure around the power plant itself.
How many men do you require?
We expect this liquidation effort to take 3 years and approximately 750,000 men.
How many deaths will die?
Thousands, perhaps tens of thousands. Begin at once.
I mean, I'm glad that at least they're taking it seriously now.
My associate was arrested last night.
Oh?
She was arrested by the KGB. You are the first deputy chairman of the KGB.
I am. That's why I don't have to bother with arresting people anymore.
But you are bothering with having us followed.
Uh-huh.
Yes, people are following you. People are following those people.
You really don't trust us?
Of course I do. But you know the old Russian proverb, trust but verify. It was very nice speaking with you.
I need her.
Yeah, she's a very important part of all of
You
this.
will be accountable for her? Then it's done.
Her name?
I know who she is.
You knew this whole time, and you acted like you didn't. Okay.
That went surprisingly well. You came off like a naive idiot. Naive idiots are not a threat.
It's so dark in here.
You're all right.
They didn't hurt me. Dyatlov won't talk to me. Akimov, his face was gone.
You want to stop?
Is that a choice I even have?
Do you think the fuel will actually melt through the concrete pad?
I don't know. 40% chance, maybe.
Oh, I mean, that's still pretty high. That's still really high.
The miners I've told to dig under the reactor will save millions of lives. Maybe I'm killing them for nothing. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't think you have a choice any more than I do. The problem has been assigned and you'll stop at nothing until you find an answer.
I guess we can go.
Did you know that they were running a safety test? Akimov says they shut the reactor down, and Toptonov confirms it. Akimov pressed AZ5, and then the reactor exploded. They both agreed. They were adamant.
Do you think it's possible?
I think it makes no sense. I think it's what I would say if I was trying to cover my own mistakes.
But they both said it.
I believe them.
Pursue every possibility.
I'll go back to the hospital and re-interview Akimov and Toptonov, if they're still awake.
Oh, if they're still alive. Everyone who is there is either dying or already dead. And then everyone who's like even working on this to save millions of people, they're going to die too. It's so sad. Oh, and to think at like the very beginning of the first episode, he was just assuring her that it was just a fire, that nothing, like it wasn't a big deal. And now here we are. And they still have to find out what caused the explosion. So many things still have to happen and we only have 2 episodes left. Okay.
It's time to go. This is an evacuation, you understand? It's not safe here. There's radiation in the air. What's wrong with you?
You know how old I am?
Yeah, she's not gonna want to leave.
Old.
I'm 82. I've lived here my whole life. What do I care about safe? After all that I have seen. So I should leave now because of something I cannot see at all.
Do they have orders to kill anyone who doesn't? Oh, but I guess everything is contaminated. The cow is contaminated. The milk is.
It's time to go.
Do they have orders to kill?
This is your last warning.
He shot the cow.
It's time to go.
Is she finally going to go? I'm so worried for your baby. I mean, for you too, but for everyone, honestly.
Why is the core still exposed to the air? Why have we not already covered this up?
We want to. We can't get close enough. You see, the roof is in 3 levels. The small one here is Katya. Presume 2 hours of exposure is fatal. The one on the side, Nina, 1 hour, fatal.
What about this large section here?
Masha.
12,000 Rodkin. If you were to stand there in
high.
full protective gear, head to toe, for 2 minutes, your life expectancy would be cut in half. By 3 minutes, you're dead within months.
Wow.
What do we do?
That's what we wanted to ask you.
Oh. Oh, and that's the first thing they see driving up.
Bacil.
Pavel.
What unit were you in?
I'm not in the military.
They're running out of men. He's with me. You understand? Nobody with them. Put her on your balls.
Now?
Over your clothes.
You weren't specific with your instructions.
You ever go hunting?
No.
Today's your lucky day. We do animal control, but it's not hard. They're mostly pets. They're happy to see you. They run right up to you. Bang. Dump them in a pit, bury them in concrete, and then we drink.
That's so sad. I mean, I guess they have to, but that's still so sad.
I need to see the following documents. They're listed as permission only.
She can have that one.
But not the others?
Thank you, comrade.
Bring up the cameras. Tell me when we're ready to move it.
To think that's what we put on the moon. I'm not that one. I know, not that one.
This rover was in storage. They can build 2 more. That should cover Nina and Katya.
Masha.
The Central Committee have informed me that they may have found something that could work up there. It's a German police robot.
Diagnostics complete. Ready to engage main power and motor.
Is something going to happen?
Valer, what's that? Smile.
You deserve to smile. At least once throughout this process.
I see your condition has improved, Comrade Dyatlov.
No, leave.
We need to talk to you.
Akimov initiated AZ-5. Can you confirm that the reactor exploded after they attempted to shut it down?
How do I even know it exploded, huh?
Is this proof enough for you?
I found this in the State Archive. It's about the operation of RBMK reactors under extreme conditions.
So?
The names of the authors have been redacted, and 2 pages have been removed. They made a mistake. They didn't redact the table of contents.
Ooh, Shall we take a look at the table of contents?
They refer to a positive void coefficient and AZ5.
So everything's my fault then?
I'm not here to blame you. I'm here to find out what happened. Can you help me or not? You're not even curious.
What for? There's no truth. Ask the bosses whatever you want, you'll get the lie. I will get the bullet.
Well, thanks for your help. I don't really want to see this.
I only have 2 rules. 1, don't point this gun at me. That's easy, right?
Good rule. Good rule.
2, if you hit an animal and it doesn't die, keep shooting until it does. Don't let them suffer, or I'll kill you. Understand? I mean it.
I'm glad you're at least not letting them suffer.
Killed a lot of people. Once we start, they'll run inside where they feel safe. So we go door to door.
Oh, this breaks my heart.
Do your job. Door to door. Go away. Go.
Yeah, he doesn't want to kill you. Oh, it's still alive. He was serious about putting it out of its misery.
Don't let them suffer. You're dragging that to the truck.
Oh, this is a hard episode to watch.
You gonna eat?
Yeah, I would feel too sick to eat. No wonder they're drinking all the time. Jeez.
This happens to everyone the first time. Normally when you kill a man, but for you, a dog. My first time, Afghanistan. We were moving through a house and suddenly a man was there and I shot him in the stomach. I was so scared I didn't pull the trigger again for the rest of the day. You put a bullet in someone, you're not you anymore.
The happiness of all mankind.
What?
Our goal is the happiness of all mankind.
Yeah. Back to work. Come on.
Oh, and you just have to go right back to it. Ugh. What if it just falls over the edge? I guess I'm just thinking of worst case scenario, but I mean, I feel like all of this is already worst case scenario.
Easy now, careful.
Yeah, we can't break it as soon as we get it. That would be bad.
Is it ready?
It's ready.
Please tell me this works.
All right, let's take this easy.
Are you kidding me?
Did you lose the signal?
It's not the signal, it's the vehicle. It's dead.
What?
Of course I know they're listening! I want them to hear! I want them to hear it all! Tell Gorbachev! Tell them!
There goes your phone. The call went well.
They told the Germans that the highest detected level of radiation was 2,000 Röntgen.
They gave them the propaganda number. That robot was never going to work. You need a new phone.
Yeah, we do. This is so frustrating. They can't even get the help that they need to save millions of people.
If we don't clear the roof, we can't build a cover over it. If we can't cover it, that's 12,000 Röntgen. Maybe twice the radiation from the Hiroshima bomb.
I know. We need another robot.
There are no robots.
Bio-robots. We use bio-robots.
What does that mean?
Ben.
This is such a hard job.
Door to door.
This job sucks! What is he about to find in here? Oh.
Just go outside.
Oh. He's gonna do it for you. Just waiting to hear the gunshots. And they just have to do this every day. Gosh. I hope we don't have to see that again, because that's so hard to watch.
You will enter reactor building 3. This is a working area. We must clear the graphite. Take care not to stumble. There's a hole in the roof. Take care not to fall. These are the most important 90 seconds of your lives.
Is any of this actually protecting them? I mean, this is still going to kill them eventually. I mean, I don't know how long it'll take. There's so much debris. Oh, this is so stressful. This is going to take so much time, though. I mean, they were barely able to do anything in 90 seconds. It's going to take... Don't stumble! Don't! Is he stuck? Oh my gosh! It's going to take so many teams doing this.
You're done.
What does that mean for his foot? Or I guess for his body. It looks like his boot was torn. And now you are very pregnant. I'm so worried about this baby.
We're going to put Dyatlov on trial. We're going to be asked to give expert testimony.
The Central Committee is sending Legasov to Vienna, headquarters of the International
Atomic Energy Agency, huh? Well, then you'd better know what happened. I've constructed a timeline, minute by minute.
Wow. Wow. You are thorough.
Are they guilty?
Yes. Gross incompetence, violation of safety regulations. But the explosion? I'm not sure.
Oh, we still don't know about it.
They shut the reactor down, and then it exploded. I think this article may have the answer, but 2 pages have been removed.
It's redacted, yeah.
You've seen this before?
I had no
Do you know
idea it could
what's on
cause
those
an
2 pages?
explosion. None of us knew. In 1975, at an RBMK reactor at Leningrad, a fuel channel ruptured. The operators pressed AZ5, but instead of the power going down immediately, it went up.
They pulled almost all the control rods out to bring the power back up.
This is what Volkov learned from Leningrad. When they're put back in, the first thing that enters the core isn't boron. The control rods have graphite tips that displace water and steam. So the reactivity doesn't go down, it goes up dramatically. Volkov warned the Kremlin.
The KGB classified it as a state secret.
And then this happened.
Is that what you're going to say in Vienna?
You can't possibly be that naive.
There are 16 RBMK reactors running in the Soviet Union right now.
And it could happen again.
What you're proposing is that Legasov humiliate a nation that is obsessed with not being humiliated. We can make a deal with the KGB.
A deal with the KGB. And I'm naive. You have a chance to talk to the world, Valery. If that chance was mine.
But it isn't, is it? When it's your life and the lives of everyone you love, your moral conviction doesn't mean anything.
Do you know the name Vasily Ignatenko? He was a fireman. He died 2 weeks after the accident. I've been looking in on his widow. She gave birth.
What happened?
The baby lived for 4 hours.
Oh.
They said the radiation would have killed the mother, but the baby absorbed it instead. To hell with our lives. Someone has to start telling the truth.
And they're gonna kill her for it.
Congratulations, comrades. You are the last of 3,828 men.
Wow.
I wish you good health and long life.
I mean, at this point, she's lost her baby. She's lost her husband. This is so heartbreaking. Just everything in this episode. I mean, everything in the whole series, but this one was so hard to watch. One to go. And none of them had any idea what their lives would look like in the future. 12 hours. Okay, so this was right before.
This little problem we have with the safety test, if it's completed successfully, yes, I think promotion's very likely.
So all of them thought they would get promoted after all of this. Ooh.
I've just had a call from the grid controller in Kiev. He says we can't lower power any further, not for another 10 hours. It's the end of the month. Everyone's working overtime. The factories need power.
If we need to wait 10 hours, we wait.
It's safe. We'll maintain at 1600. I'll go home, get some sleep, come back tonight. I'll personally supervise the test, and it will be completed.
We know what happens next. Dang, they really all thought they were going to get promoted after this. I mean, I guess if it was successful, they would have.
From Vienna, At last, a Soviet scientist who tells the truth. The West is now satisfied that Chernobyl was solely the result of operator error. We have you to thank for that.
You gave us assurances. The reactors would be made safe. It's been months. No changes have been made. No changes even discussed.
First, the trial. After that, we can deal with the reactors.
I don't trust them for a second to actually fix the problem, even after the trial. I don't trust that that will happen.
Now let's talk about Vienna.
Chokov is saying they're going to fix the reactors after the trial.
I do not trust that.
The state will never willingly fix the reactors because acknowledging the problem means admitting that they lied. They will have to be forced.
So he's going to have to speak up.
You're going to convince a jury. The Central Committee have invited members of the scientific community to observe the trial. And when your testimony arrives at the moment of the explosion, our jury will finally hear the truth.
I mean, they do have to know the truth.
You're Valery Legasov, and you mean something. I'd like to think that if I spoke out, it would be enough. But I know how the world works.
It has to be you.
They will shoot me.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, if you don't speak up, so many more people will die because this could happen again. I mean, so many people have already died in this process and will die.
This session of court is now open. Comrade Judge Milan Katnikov presiding.
It began with, of all things, a safety test. Plant director Viktor Brikhanov signed this document. This document was a lie. All safety tests had to have been successfully completed, and yet one remained. The test is only as good as the men carrying it out.
Ooh.
The first time they tried, they failed. The second time they tried, they failed. The fourth time they tried was April 26, 1986.
And we know what happened then.
To understand what happened that night, we have to go back 10 hours earlier. Power grid officials in Kiev say that they cannot afford a further reduction in electricity until after midnight. Competent management would have insisted on cancelling the test. These three men allowed it to proceed. At midnight, there is a shift change.
Akimov says to come to the control room as soon as you can. Something about a test.
So did they not really know anything about it? The people on this shift?
They couldn't do it on the day shift, so they've given it to us.
To us? We don't know what...
Oh, so they really don't know anything about it.
I have to do something I've never done before with Dyatlov looking over my shoulder.
Oh, don't worry. We'll do it together.
Oh gosh, they had no idea what they were doing.
Yes, in the program there's instructions of what to do, and then, well, there's a lot of things crossed out. He says to follow the crossed out instructions.
So then why are they crossed out?
Good question. I mean, they're crossed out for a reason.
Is it too much to ask that you all know what you're doing?
Well, yes, absolutely.
They have no idea what they're doing.
I haven't reviewed. We only just found out we're... There, review it. I think even you, stupid as you are, can manage that. Just switch the turbine off while the reactor's still running. Because it's not good. Shut the f*** up and do your job.
They don't know what they're doing.
The night shift had not been trained to perform the experiment. They hadn't even been warned it was happening. Leonid Topchenov, the operator responsible for controlling and stabilizing the reactor that night, was all of 25 years old. And his total experience on the job, 4 months.
Oh.
There are essentially two things that happen inside a nuclear reactor. The reactivity which generates power either goes up or it goes down. We have a vicious cycle on our hands. And we would, were it not for this.
Oh, you got this. It's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna keep on moving forward.
Because of the delay, Chernobyl Reactor 4 has been held at half power. The xenon did not burn away. It built up, poisoning the core. We're starting to lose balance.
Come get me when these old women are ready. Yes, Comrade Dyatlov.
So now you're not even supervising them! And he's the only person in the room who somewhat knows what he's doing?
Whoa, 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 slow.
I didn't move any rods there.
He didn't do it. Oh, that's not 700. We kind of need your guidance here. Or we need you to do something.
I think if we turn off LAC, it may be possible to get more control.
Do it, go.
Ooh, that is not going up.
I did what you said, I switched.
Look at it!
Yeah, they literally did what you told them to do.
What are you doing?
We have to shut all the way down.
No, we're doing the test tonight. Raise power to 700.
We can't raise the power from here. The rules.
Don't talk to me about rules. Raise the power.
No. I won't do it. It isn't safe.
See, if I say it's safe, it's safe. And if the two of you disagree, then you don't have to work here, and you won't.
So now you're threatening their jobs.
I would like you to record your command.
Raise the power.
He was right. You should be recording that command. Jeez.
I wasn't even there. I wasn't in the room when they raised the power.
Comrade Hamyuk interviewed everyone who was in the control room that night. They all told the same story. I knew what Dyatlov ordered was wrong, but if I didn't do what he said, I would be fired.
You literally threatened their jobs.
Do you know anything about this town, Chernobyl? It was mostly Jews and Poles. And then the Nazis came and killed whoever was left. But after the war, people came to live here anyway. They knew the ground under their feet. It was soaked in blood, but they didn't care. No one ever thinks it's going to happen to them. And here we are.
Oh, he was coughing up blood.
How much time? Maybe a year. I know you told me and I believed you. But time passed and I thought it wouldn't happen to me. I wasted it all for nothing. I hoped that one day I would matter, but I didn't.
Oh.
I just stood next to people who did.
Everything we asked for. Everything we needed.
That's true. He did it.
Who else could have done these things?
He did always
They
give them
heard me,
exactly
but
what they
listened
needed.
to you. They mistakenly sent the one good man. You were the one who mattered most.
Oh.
They begin pulling control rods out. Of 211 rods, only 6 now remain in the reactor. It's 1 in the morning. The test is minutes away.
This is all we can get. It's 200 megawatts.
That's all we have, that's all we have.
But the test requires 700.
Steliachuk, let's get ready.
200? It's not 700!
I said it's enough. I know what I'm doing.
We should stop.
Turn that thing off. You have 15 minutes.
They may as well have had 15 days. Circulation operators are in the pump room. None of them have been told about the test.
None of them?
The computer is recommending that the reactor be shut down.
Well, of course it's saying that. It doesn't know we're running a test.
I feel like everyone should know this!
Reactivity increases. The power is rising. There's nothing left to stop it.
No.
123.
Oh, it's going up. Oh, it's going so fast. Oh, it's going up. Oh.
What did you do?
And you're going to blame it on them.
In every control room of every nuclear reactor in the world, there is a button with one single purpose. That button is called AZ5.
Are you going to tell the truth about the button?
All of the control rods insert at once, and the reaction is stopped. Dyatlov broke every rule we have. He did these things believing there was a failsafe, AZ5, but in the circumstances he created, there wasn't. The shutdown system had a fatal flaw. The tips are made of graphite, which accelerates reactivity. Why? For the same reason our reactors do not have containment buildings around them. It's cheaper.
Ooh. They did not want you to say that.
The reaction in the core, which had been rising, skyrockets. Chernobyl Reactor 4 is now a nuclear bomb. The control rod and fuel channel caps, which each weigh 350 kilograms, are jumping up and down. 123 and 44 seconds.
Gosh. Oh, that's terrifying.
We do not know how high the power went. We only know the final reading.
So high, so high. Oh, it's still going. It's still going.
It went beyond 33,000. 123.45. Explosion.
There it is.
No one in the room that night knew the shutdown button could act as a detonator because it was kept from them. Testimony in Vienna was a lie.
Oh. I mean, good for you for saying that.
Right now, there are 16 reactors in the Soviet Union with the same fatal flaw.
If you mean to suggest the Soviet
people do
state
need to
is
know
somehow
this.
responsible for what happened, then I must warn you, you are treading on dangerous ground.
Oh, he knows.
Because of our secrets and our lies. They're practically what define us. We lie and lie until we can no longer remember it is even there, but it is still there. That is how an RBMK reactor core explodes. Lies.
What did he say at the beginning? What is the cost of lies? A disaster happened because of lies. I mean, you did the right thing. You really did. People need to know.
Valery Alexeyevich Legasov, at the Kachatov Institute. You were the Communist Party secretary. In that position, you limited the promotion of Jewish scientists.
Yes.
Oh.
You're one of us, Legasov. You're not brave. You're not heroic. You're just a dying man who forgot himself. Your testimony today will not be accepted by the state. It will not be disseminated in the press. It never happened.
Even though he was telling the truth.
No one will talk to you. No one will listen to you. Lesser men will receive credit for the things you have done. Your legacy is now their legacy. You'll live long enough to see that. What role did Shubina play in this?
None.
What role did Homyuk play in this?
None.
Oh, you're covering for them.
You will not meet or communicate with either one of them ever again. You will not communicate with anyone about Chernobyl ever again. It will be exceedingly hard to know that you ever lived at all.
Oh, he was telling the truth to prevent this from happening again. Oh, this is heartbreaking. He was doing the right thing. Again, trying to prevent this from happening again, which it very much could. Ah! Is that the last time they see him?
The truth doesn't care about our needs or wants. It doesn't care about our governments, our ideologies, our religions. Where I once would fear the cost of truth, now I only ask, what is the cost of lies?
Oh, we start with it and then we end with that line too. Took his own life at the age of 51, exactly 2 years after the explosion. The audio tapes were circulated among the Soviet scientific community. His suicide made it impossible for them to be ignored. It's heartbreaking that he had to kill himself for it to finally come to light. They finally acknowledged the design flaws. The reactors were retrofitted to prevent an accident like Chernobyl from happening again. Good. I just hate that he had to die for all of this to happen. Her character was created to represent them all. Cool. And to honor their dedication and service to truth and humanity. Boris died in 1990, so he lived a few years more. 4 years and 4 months after he was sent to Chernobyl. Yeah, Legasov was right. It was less than 5 years, and he died. He returned to work at a nuclear power plant. Wow. And he just worked in a power plant again. The firefighter's clothing still remains in the basement. It is dangerously radioactive to this day. She suffered multiple strokes. Doctor told her she would never be able to bear a child. They were wrong. She lives with her son. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that at least there's a happy ending there. Wow. Of the people who watched from the railway bridge, it has been reported that none survived. It is known as the Bridge of Death. Wow. I am learning so much. 400 miners worked around the clock for 1 month. It is estimated that at least 100 of them died before the age of 40. I was wondering about that. Like, they had no protection, and they were right there. It has been widely reported that the 3 divers died as a result of their heroic actions. In fact, all 3 survived after hospitalization. 2 are still alive today? What? Wow. I did not expect that. I did not expect that at all. Approximately 300,000 people were displaced from their homes. They were told this was temporary. It is still forbidden to return. Wow. Work was completed on the new safe confinement at Chernobyl. $2 billion. Yeah, it is designed to last 100 years. There was a dramatic spike in cancer rates. The highest increase was among children. We will never know the actual human cost of Chernobyl. Yeah. Most estimates range from 4,000 to 93,000. Unchanged since 1987. They're still only saying it's 31 people, when it's likely between 4,000 and 93,000. In memory of all who suffered and sacrificed. Oh, this episode was so good. Oh my gosh. I mean, all of the episodes were incredible, but seeing all of it come together in this episode, finally piecing everything together of what happened in the 12 hours before the test and what happened in those moments leading up to the test. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm so glad that it was explained so well in this episode. Like, it was so easy to follow along, and especially when it was showing those scenes as well. Like, it was so easy to figure out exactly what was happening. everything that happened, it's just madness. I mean, what was the quote that we started the series on and then ended on? It was, what did he say? Like, what is the cost of lies? I mean, wow. Wow. And the fact that there's still no way to know how many people died from this. I mean, they know of some of the immediate deaths of the people who were very much exposed to the radiation, but I mean, the people who just lived in the town, the people who lived in the region, the people who have gotten cancer because of this. I mean, there's no way to even begin to count all of the deaths and just how much this has affected people and the area and the planet. I mean, my gosh, I'm glad that it showed at the end some facts about some of the characters and like what happened, I guess, in the decades since then. I'm glad that they showed that. But now I'm just going to look up so much about Chernobyl. I didn't know a lot going into this other than like just being aware of the disaster of what happened, but I didn't know any of the details. And the show was just phenomenal. I mean, every episode just left me wanting more, and I just wanted to immediately go to the next episode because I was just so invested with learning more about it and finding out what happened to these people. It's so heartbreaking. I mean, Valeri, his story. I mean, his story is heartbreaking. The fact that he did the right thing and exposed what truly caused the explosion. I mean, so clearly he did the right thing. He discovered the truth. He told the truth. And just the 2 years after that, they just made his life hell. And it's so heartbreaking too, because I mean, he mentioned that he was going to die within 5 years anyway. And you see that Boris did indeed die within those 5 years. And so the people that are trying to make the change, trying to fix this, trying to save lives and trying to make sure this doesn't happen again, those people, either their lives were ruined, they were discredited, or they were just going to die within those 5 years. It's so heartbreaking, but I'm so glad that there were those people like Valeri who were trying to make a difference. It's so heartbreaking. I'm glad they mentioned it at the end, but it's so heartbreaking that it literally took his death, it took his suicide for them to take it seriously. And they did not care until that point. I mean, that's so frustrating. That's so just sick. But I'm glad they took the steps after that. I mean, to fix it. But it's just, all of it is so heartbreaking to think about, just all of the lives, the truly thousands of lives that were taken and lost because of this disaster that shouldn't have happened. I mean, there were so many moments that were so frustrating leading up to this episode, but I mean, this episode was so incredibly frustrating that they were just insistent on running this test with people who didn't even know what they were doing. They had no idea what was happening. And I don't know, it was just truly one thing after another that led to this. And then finally, you think that you have a button that can protect all of us, and then that doesn't even work. What is the cost of lies? I am just blown away by this show. I'm honestly going to be thinking about this for a long time. I mean, the show is just so well done, how they laid all of this out. The performers, the actors, I mean, their performances were all incredible. I am just blown away. I do think this has been my favorite show that I've watched for the channel. I'm just going to be thinking about this for the rest of the day, at least for the next week. And I'm definitely looking forward to reading more about Chernobyl. But I mean, this journey, these episodes, it's just been so frustrating and heartbreaking, just literally everything about it. But I am so glad that there were the scientists and there were some people who were trying to do the right thing. And they fixed it in the end, but I mean, everything leading up to that and the disaster, like none of it should have happened. I mean, like they said, I mean, it really, the whole show is truly summed up with what is the cost of lies. Wow. I mean, I'm so glad they started the show with that and ended it. That's just the perfect way to put it. I mean, wow. I'm truly just blown away by the show. It's phenomenal. It's so well done. I would watch 10 episodes of this, but I think the 5 episodes were just perfect and showed everything we needed to see. proved the point that they were making. Wow. I mean, this whole show is just phenomenal. This is definitely a show that I will recommend to everyone I know who has not seen it. But wow, I am just blown away. Blown away. Well, this was Chernobyl. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.